Yo, what's good, y'all? You know what I'm saying? So going back and listening to a previous video, I kind of just wanted to expound and speak on just desire and separation within the universe, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, kind of how I was saying that each individual person is just a compartmentalized universe. So imagine just a grand universe, you know what I'm saying? Really think about space and think about the stars that you see. The stars are basically compartmentalized, almost darkness, you know what I'm saying? The universe is really just infinite space of energy, right? But then that energy every once in a while will compartmentalize and manifest itself into a singular form. That form could be a star, what you see in the sky. That form could be a human. That form could be a spirit. That form could be a tree. That form could be a bird, you know what I'm saying? But all of these forms are just forms coming from the individual just energy. Now, the universe is really an energy space. The universe is a grand space, infinite space of energy, and it's just all aware of itself. And what happens is that energy, which is what we perceive as God, or what we perceive as the grand spirit, that energy will then compress itself or compartmentalize itself into a certain form. So it'll think about a sun, for example, you know what I'm saying? The sun is just compartmentalized light. Or same thing for a human, you know what I'm saying? Your awareness, you are just a compartmentalized universe. So in the true reality, there is no separation from you and the universe. All that happened is you are just seeing yourself from a different angle. You're able to look back upon where you came from. You're able to look back upon the energy and the source of energy that you come from. But just because you're able to look back upon and reflect on it doesn't mean that you are not it. You have to really elevate your awareness, you know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga Chaz was talking about it in one of his videos and shit too, about, you know what I'm saying, you have your subjective reality and objective reality, you know what I'm saying? So Kether, or the Most High Point, is really seeing things from an objective reality, and this is the vision of God. This is the vision of the all-seeing eye and whatnot. This is the all-seeing eye within you, because what is an eye? An eye is what you perceive as a self. It's really just the all-seeing self, the Brahman, the God of the universe, really. And this is what each individual person is and comes from. But a lot of times we see ourselves through separation. And so what I also kind of want to expound on next is about desire and just about forces that occur within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Who you are literally just the observer of all of these things. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even you who really wants to do what you think you really want to do. You are really just observing yourself in this thing that we call life. You're observing yourself in this picture that we call reality. But the true you is really just the observer. You know what I'm saying? The true you is really just the nigga that's sitting back watching this whole thing go on. You know what I'm saying? You watching, you think you have feelings. You think you care about certain things, this, that, and the third, but who you really are is just a compartmentalized universe. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to transcend desire. And here's kind of where we get into a little bit of esoteric Buddhism. You know what I'm saying? The Buddha was talking about when you have desire, it leads to suffering or whatnot. And because in a way that it does, you know what I'm saying, if you're always desiring something, you almost are creating a lack within yourself because you don't see it within yourself. If you are always desiring a girl, you're constantly creating a reality where you don't have that girl because you always are desiring it. If you always are desiring money, you constantly are creating a reality where you don't have the money because the desire is what's fueling your reality. So you constantly are placing yourself in situations where you have to keep desiring it. You don't never really get it because you keep desiring it. But when you pull back and start worrying about it, it's like a string, you know what I'm saying? Either it is pulling you or you are sitting still and you are pulling it. You know what I'm saying? So you might have heard that when you chase something, it's going to run. So if you chase the money, or if you chase the women, if you chase the happiness, if you chase whatever you are chasing, especially outside of yourself, it's going to run from you. This is the natural tendency of the universe. But when you just actually chill and pull back, it's a magnetic attraction. You know what I'm saying? Which one do you want to go with? When you just chill and pull back, these things will literally come unto you, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The universe has a divine plan. So what we have to do is, as an individual compartmentalized soul or universe, we have to match our life with the grand will of the entire universe. We have to really remember where we come from and remember who we are. You know what I'm saying? You're not just some individual person who is doing whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? For example, You're not the person that is in college and is waiting to graduate and is thinking about what you want to do with your life. That's not who you really are. That's just one form of yourself. You know what I'm saying? For my example, I'm not just somebody that's doing this little internship and is about to graduate. You know what I'm saying? You're not someone who is working a job and you have children and kids and you have a family. That's the role that you are playing. This is the movie that you're seeing. But who you really are is the homeless person that's sitting up under the tree. Who you really are is the kids that are struggling across other worlds, and really kids that are struggling in our own community who don't have food, who mom and dad is out in the street tonight. That's you too. So along with who you perceive yourself as from your reality, you are also all of these people that you are encountering, because who are you? Are you this individual person, or are you the grand universe? You know what I'm saying? We're raising our awareness back. We're raising our consciousness back up to the level where we really come from, which is God, which is the all-seeing yourself, which is just the universe. You know what I'm saying? There's no separation in the universe. When you see these trees, you are the trees, literally, because you and a tree come from the same place. And with the same place that you come from, that's who you really are at the core. You are the universe. You know what I'm saying? The universe has just expressed itself, manifested itself in a different form, so we can see, we can look upon the tree, we can look at ourselves, we can look, you know what I'm saying? We can look at different people and we look like, and it seems like we're separate. But in reality, when you travel back within, we are really all one, y'all. And this is the greatest secret of the universe, is that there really is no separation in the universe, y'all. But it's your consciousness. You have to elevate your consciousness, elevate your soul, because this is what sees separation. This is what sees separation. You know what I'm saying? Especially your ego. Your ego is like, oh yeah, I got to get this money, so I need to focus. I need to do me. I need to focus on myself. You can do that. But really what you can do is focus on your soul and focus on benefiting everybody around you, because if you benefit those around you, naturally yourself will be benefited. What you put out gonna come back unto you, and all of these people are yourself, y'all. The way to really become enlightened, the way to be rich, is to don't even focus on trying to be rich. It's just to live your life, and the universe will literally give it to you, because you are the universe, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no separation. Like, everything in life is really already planned out. What you have to do is just an individual person is just get rid of your ego and see the universal plan that is going on for you. There's no need to be jealous of somebody else's come up. There's no need to be upset because you see somebody that has something. You have to realize that that's you over there who has it. You have to realize that the same thing they got is on the way to you, but it's just not right. It's just not time right now. We're living in a grand movie, y'all. There is only one self in the universe, and that self is manifested in all of us, y'all. So what we really have to do is just calm ourselves down and just go with the grand plan of the universe. Don't even try to do too much with your life, and realize that your higher self already has it planned out. The higher self just needs you to play your role on here on this earth plane. Really, the only thing you have to do is just to not fuck up your come up. It's really easy. Don't listen to what society tell you. Don't listen to what the world is telling you. The only thing that you really have to do is just be who you are and just not fuck up your come up. Like, every person on this planet is destined for a come up. Like, this is why you came to earth. You know what I'm saying? The universe is using you to come up. Like, you don't have to worry. Like, so all you have to do is just chill. When you get overly ambitious, when you feel like you got to go do this, that, and the third, this is when you start to fuck up your come up. When you feel like, oh yeah, let me go work this job, I need to stack up, I need to get a lot of money and whatnot. When you want to start getting heavily into drugs, when you want to start getting heavily into the opposite sex or whatnot, all of these things may not necessarily be in your divine purpose, when all you really had to just do was just chill. The spirit will send you the wealth. The spirit may send you to a certain job. The spirit may let you create your own job so you can get wealth. The spirit will bring the drugs to you, and the spirit will bring the opposite sex to you. The spirit will bring everything that you need to you, because the spirit is bringing it unto itself. When you know that you are the universe, you know you never worry, because why would you neglect yourself? You know what I'm saying? And this goes even deeper. The reason why a lot of us fear, and a reason a lot of us don't have faith in the spirit and faith in the divine plan of the universe, is because we don't even treat our own selves right. If you know what I'm saying, if you really love yourself, you already know that you wouldn't leave yourself hanging. If you are one with yourself, if you fuck with who you are, you know you wouldn't lie to yourself. You know that you wouldn't leave yourself hanging. You know you wouldn't disrespect yourself. So why would the universe do that to you? You are the universe. So the universe would never leave you hanging. The universe only has you going through what you're going through because it's a brighter side on the other side, or what you're going through is leading you to a higher place. You know what I'm saying? The only reason we fear the divine plan of the universe is because we don't even love ourselves. we don't even take care of ourselves. We trash our bodies. We trash our spirit. You know what I'm saying? We don't live. We don't really be true to ourselves. We put ourselves in prisons. We put ourselves in cages. You know what I'm saying? So we think that the universe is going to treat us how we treat ourselves, because in a way it shall. But when you start to treat yourself with love, when you start to wake up and not really care about what other people are doing, and you just get yourself, when you start digging within yourself, when you start loving yourself, appreciating yourself for who you are, when you start feeling like you have to have some girl or some man to feel better about yourself, when you start feeling like you always got to have some money or something in your pocket to feel like you're solid as a person, when you just accept yourself for who you are as a spirit inside, then the universe will really start to elevate you and really bring you to higher planes, and it will show you that there's no need to worry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everything in your life is really, it's happened already. It's just a matter of when are you going to experience it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So what I really want to reiterate before we close it out is to get back and return to oneness. You know what I'm saying? Who you are, you're not just some individual person. Realize that you are a compartmentalized universe. So what you have to do is elevate your perception, elevate your consciousness back into seeing this grand reality, back into just being in touch with your soul, and you'll continue to elevate in your spirit. So really just know, like, everything is all good, like it's working in your favor.